Very well, most esteemed audience, let me give you a tour of the ADOM Casino. Hopefully, by the time I'm done, you know how this place works, which is good because after I'm finished with this place, there's a very good chance I won't be able to come back. But luckily, I also won't have to come back. What I'm going to do first is show you all these wonderful slot machines to the left. See them? There is a shit ton of them, which is kind of redundant because there's hardly anyone playing them, and you could chase them away anyway to play with them on your own. What you're going to do is to want to look for a machine that costs 24 gold pieces to play, which is usually somewhere this row. No, I think here. Right, because those are machines with the highest bet. Why? Well, in real life, as you may know it or have experienced, slot machines in casinos do not earn you money, which is of course the whole purpose of gambling. You don't earn the money that you get. You might get lucky, as the game tells you. The thing is, in ADOM, here's a secret about these slot machines. They actually do earn you money. Which means, over time, the longer you play, you're likely to make a profit. This is pretty simple even. You start handling the machine. As long as you press the space bar, you will play the machine. Of course, this is way too slow, and two identical symbols already are enough for winnings, and you can see you win shit tons with each win. And these wins are actually common enough that you will, over time, get a profit. And this is the first way to handle a casino. Basically, you do what I'm doing right now. You can't see it, but I'm actually just holding down the space bar. For as long as I hold down the space bar, I will never ever stop playing the machine until I run out of money. And this means the money I initially had, because I can't use the money I won during playing to continue playing. I would have to stop playing. Eventually, when I stop playing, I might end up hungry or stunned, but it's still going to have to take place. It still only takes place, all of this, within one turn of the game, in the time space of, what is one turn? I think it's 30 seconds. I think even less. And like I said, there's no end to this until you run out of the money you brought to the casino. This is not what I'm going to do, because to get the amounts of money I would need to buy all the items I could possibly want, I'd have to sit here for like 10 minutes, and that is way too tedious for you. And as you can see, these are the kinds of winnings you can expect. If I start this procedure again, I'll wait 10 minutes, and I win several million gold pieces, which is usually enough to buy everything I want. This is not what we're going to do. First of all, we're going to eat, which is luckily possible while you're stunned. Then we're going to press 5 for a while until we're no longer stunned, which already happened. And now, in theory, let's say we are satisfied with just taking the money and leaving, because why not? It's money. Now you're going to get a glimpse of what I'm going to explain to you, what the casino's money-making technique is. See this guy? He is standing on the stairs. His name is Hugo. He's the big casino guard. And he's standing on the stairs. And he will not move. Well, you can talk to him. Me just make sure that you gotta see all the nice gifts in a shop, milady. As you can see, he will not move an inch until you have spent all the money you just won, that they just basically gave to you, in the shop to buy the items that they will then also give to you. Which makes zero sense, because if they have all this money to stock the slot machines with, first of all, why would they need to sell items? Why do they need to give away the money and then have you buy items for it? The entire thing makes no sense, and it only works because this one guy is standing on the stairs and preventing me from continuing into the game. I could go back outside. They don't even have one of these guys on the other end. I can show you. Which is absolutely horrifying, because why have only 2 exits, then block only one? And the one exit is the one you came through, meaning it's the one leading to safety, meaning it's the one where you can go home and spend all that money instead of overpriced gifts in a gift shop. You could spend it on ending world hunger or something. Anyway, that is basically what this boils down to, is an extortion racket. They're blocking the stairs and asking you to pay for getting past the stairs, except other people who ask for extortion money usually don't give you free items or free gold. And there's another rather crucial weakness to this plan, which I'm hoping I can exploit, actually. But I should have checked earlier whether I still owned a wand of teleportation. No, I have a scroll, but those only teleport me. That puts a damper on our non-existent relationship. Oh well. No matter, I have 300,000 gold pieces, and this shop has a shit ton of wands in it. So that is going to be no problem. Now, usually I go... In the past, I used to just walk through the entire shop and look at each item individually. But there's a way, way faster way of going about this, which is called auto pickup scripts. You might not be aware, but the ADOM.cfg file in the ADOM directory has a bunch of really nice options. One of them is the auto pickup function. Auto pickup can be configured to basically pick up any item in the game by using the correct symbols. Come on, yeah. I noted them down. I'm going to enter them. There are 2 ways to configure auto pickup. If you configure it into the game and apply it in the game, it will only keep for as long as you're playing. And if you want to permanently use auto pickup, you have to edit it into ADOM CFG. There's also a shortcut for activating and deactivating auto pickup, which is, I think, Control A. But I'm not sure, and this is not a focus of what I'm doing right now. I'm only going to be using auto pickup for the casino and switch it off afterwards. Oops, that's the wrong one. I have to type in the symbols for the items, which requires me to check on the keyboard where I can find them. It's a German keyboard too. But in the end, that's auto pickup. Now I hit enter, and if it worked, I'm going to now pick up all the items in the shop automatically. See? This is a huge time saver. The only problem I might run into is that I might end up running out of space in my inventory. But to alleviate that, I can equip the Chaos Orb of Elemental Fire in the tool slot, which gives me a strength of 47, which should be way more than enough. And looky here, it's a mimic. I'm paralyzation resistant, so I'm going to, well, try to kill it, except it ran away. And afterwards I'm going to identify the entire pile of items I just picked up. And for some reason or another, the auto pickup script did not include instruments. Must have forgotten a symbol. Well, let's go one row after another. I'm not even afraid of master mimics, so I'm just going to do it like this. And like I said, afterwards I'm going to inspect the entire pile. The first thing I'm going to be looking for is wands of teleportation, because I kind of want one to get rid of Hugo. Kind of wanted it to be a surprise, but yeah, the simple answer to the question, how do I beat that extortion racket, is you basically teleport the guy away. He won't ever bother you about it. He won't even move from the spot you teleported him to. Probably traumatized. What's up with these clawbugs? They are neutral, which is good, because I wouldn't want to have them multiply for much longer. As you can see, the gift shop contains a truly ludicrous amount of items. I'm going to have to probably drop a couple of these. Or I might just look at my girdles if I have a blessed girdle of carrying or some such. That should be good too. Or I'm going to check how many huge rocks I just picked up, because those I can easily drop again. No problem. Nope, weren't any huge rocks in there. Okay, let's just start dropping items. For instance, I don't need or want... Oh, there's the ropes of resistance in there. There's the ropes of resistance in there. Okay, I'm dropping all the armor. Yeah, I don't even care. I accept the dragon scale mail. Oh, might want a shield. So. Let's first drop all the armor and continue running around. Dim-de-dim. I don't even need instruments, so I'm just going to leave that behind. Okay. Gonna drop even more armor. All these weapons. What a drag. All this food. I'm not gonna need it. Dim-de-dim. Stupid mimic still running around. A griffin corpse. Damn. Doing it like this, you just pick up enormous amounts of completely useless shit. I'm not doing that again. Just look at these shields, they are all useless. None of these could be more powerful than one I already have. At least I'm almost finished. Yeah, this would have taken way longer if I hadn't done it this way. There, there, and there. Yeah, there. Whoops. Okay, one last stretch. Oh, come on. Comic Dragon Corpse. Ooh. That should be good. No idea what it would do, though. Except be comic and help with curses and such. All these rocks. Yeah, let's get rid of some of these. So, that should be enough to pick up the rest of the items. Excellent, now I'm finished. Now, go back to the shop. Near the entrance. Actually, not the entrance. I'm going to go into this corner here. I'm going to look at my wands. Hope that one of the wands in the shop is a wand of teleportation. There is. That's excellent. Now I'm going to use the advanced drop command to drop all unpaid items. This is going to take a while. Or not. And I should be free of all the burden. And I'm going to go back there. And oh no! I'm going to drop all the unpaid items again. And then remember to turn off the auto pickup script. Which was Control A. Wonderful. Extra wonderful. And pick up one wand of teleportation, please. Then I'm going to go to this guy who does not care that I just picked up the entire store's inventory. I'm going to pay for this wand of teleportation. I'm going to go up to this guy. Hello. Go away. Excellent. Okay, this guy should be stationary. I kind of don't want to risk anything at all. So I'm going to be using these doors. How do I lock? Hexagonal lock. Which means I use a hexagonal key. Excellent. So much for that. Next step, I go back in. Want to check my wand teleportation again? Yep, it's charged. Now I cast. Careful, don't want to mess this up. I cast darkness from a scroll I hopefully own. I do, regular scroll of darkness, it's right here. Then I pick up everything I just dropped. I mean, why not? I have the space. He knows I just picked all that up. No chance there, no chance there. And the next step, since I know I can control teleports, I can do this. I think, at least. Nope, I can't. Okay, what did I just do wrong? Oh, now I remember. Okay. Oh, okay. Do I still have a Scroll of Darkness? Well, yeah, somewhere in there I do. Okay, I kind of need a Scroll of Darkness right now. What do you need it for? You're carrying all these items, and the only item you're going to pay for is a Scroll of Darkness. Yes, very much so. That is why. Well, because I just like Scrolls of Darkness. I like it dark when I do dark things. You're not going to tell me that you don't own a scroll of darkness, you dipshit. Well, that's a joke. He has tons of items in that stupid store of his, but he does not have a scroll of darkness. Okay. But he probably has crystals of darkness, so I'm going to be using one of my blessed non-existent scrolls of blessed identify. This game is just completely... Okay. I'm going to create a scroll of identify. I'm going to read the blessed scroll of identify. And then I'm going to be looking at these gems, none of which are a gem of darkness. A crystal of darkness, that's what they're called. Why do I have this distinct impression that this guy is being difficult? That was a dud. There's no other way to cast darkness for me except for that scroll and, of course, the spellbook. And how's my spell repertoire looking? I do not have darkness in it. So my best shot, actually, which is rather unbelievable, but that's reality right now, is to drop all my unpaid items once more. Yes, please, all of them. And hurry. Okay, I should not be owning any of them anymore. Go to another level. And I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm going to have to learn to cast darkness like a proper magician. This is actually hilarious. Okay, first I don't want to be disturbed, so I'm going to have to relocate to another level. I don't want to walk all that way, so I'm going to dig my way through. I just know some of these blink dogs are going to interrupt my attempt to become a great magician, which I can't abide. Excellent. Now, please, do not want to be disturbed. I'm going to try and become the greatest magician I can be. I don't happen to own a potion of boost learning or some such. No. Potential learning, and that's it. Well, here goes nothing. I want to cast out. Yes! Look, Ma, I'm a real wizard. I can cast darkness now, so that is that. Over and done with. Jeez, this is taking way longer than I thought it would. There's a good reason why I usually just go somewhere else, wait for 20 minutes and have all the gold I would ever want, and just buy all the items. Stealing them, like as recommended to me by expert criminal Gut from the ADOM forums, is actually way too complicated for me, usually. But I've gone all this way. I've learned my first proper spell from a proper spellbook, so it's not all bad. Yes, please. Or not. What's the problem with you? Oh yeah, I don't have the orb. Okay. I'm gonna put it back on. Okay. I'm going to eat. Munchy munchy. I'm going to cast monster detection, because if there's one thing that could fuck it all up for me, it's the stairs being blocked after all. But they are free. Then now I'm going to cast, which on coward mode, cast darkness. Use a wand of A wand off. Where are my wand offs? Wand off stunning. I hope a wand of stunning is okay. Here goes nothing. You hear a bell. Did I hit? I must have hit, which means that guy is now angry at me. And now I realize I have to recharge the wand of teleportation. Oh, it looks like I just... Yeah, I successfully robbed the shop because the price is now gone from all the items, which means the shopkeeper is now hostile, which means I should now be able to teleport to those stairs, which I can't do in the darkness with a scroll, so I do have to recharge the wand. Whew. What should I going to do with this booze here? Now zap the wand on myself. Get to the stairs. Climb downwards, and that's how you rob the casino. Isn't that excellent? Okay. Now the tedious step is to inspect the hall I just got from there. And I'm going to leave that for the next video. Until next time. Hocus Pocus! Casino robber extraordinaire. Well, not really extraordinary, but a casino robber nonetheless, and I'm alive, which is pretty extraordinary. Peace out.